every other part we've talked about. The motors, the battery, the brakes, every single one of them bolts onto this. The deck, the frame, the welds, it's the skeleton. And it's the part that quietly decides whether the scooter can really carry you, mile after mile after mile. So let's look at the bones. Three pieces. Plain language. The deck is where you stand. The frame is the spine that connects everything together. And the welds are the joints. The spots where two pieces of metal are fused into one. Hold on to that last one, because the welds are exactly where a good scooter and a cheap one quietly separate. Same shape on the outside. Very different story on the inside. Here's why welds matter so much. A frame almost never snaps in the middle of a solid bar. It fails at a joint. And the cool part? You can actually see the difference. A good weld is a clean, even bead, and it spreads stress smoothly across the whole joint. A bad one is lumpy, or it's got gaps, and it jams all that stress into one little weak spot. You don't need to be a welder. You just need to glance at it and ask, is this neat and even, or is it sloppy? Now let's clear up the weight rating because this one is badly misunderstood. A 220-pound rating does not mean the scooter shatters the instant you hit 221. A rating is the weight at which it still performs the way it was designed to, with safety margin built right on top of that. It's a performs as promised up to here line, not a breaks past here cliff. Engineers don't design to the razor's edge, they build in room to spare. But going over the rating isn't free either. It just doesn't fail the dramatic way people picture. You don't get one big snap, you get quiet costs. Less range because the motor's hauling more weight. Longer stopping distances, faster battery drain, and more stress on those welds every single time you hit a bump, which over time is fatigue. Slow wear, not a sudden break. That's the honest picture. And here's the nuance that makes it real. On a perfectly smooth floor with zero bumps, the frame barely even gets tested. Your weight just sits there. It's the rough streets that change everything. Every pothole, every curb sends a jolt straight through the frame. And that's when your weight really starts to count. So it's not just your weight, it's your weight times your roads. Both halves matter. Quick, real example. And I'm keeping this one honest. Our own S60's frame is stated by the manufacturer as 6061 aluminum, and we're still confirming that ourselves. So I'm telling you straight, that's their number, not yet our verified one. What we did do is inspect the welds on our actual unit and note the rating. 120 kilograms, about 264 pounds. And when we confirm the alloy, we'll tell you plainly. And if it turns out it's not what they claimed, we'll tell you that too. Now let's decode the buzzword you'll see everywhere. Aircraft-grade aluminum. And here's the honest truth. That phrase has no actual standard behind it. None. It sounds impressive and means almost nothing. The real answer is the alloy number, like 6061 or 7075. That's a real specification, something you can actually look up. So the next time a listing brags aircraft grade, the right move is to just ask, okay, which alloy specifically? So sizing up the skeleton comes down to three honest questions. Are the welds clean and even, or lumpy and gapped? Is the material a named alloy, or just a vague buzzword? And is the weight rating realistic for you with room to spare, not sitting right at your exact weight? Answer those and you know whether the bones are solid. You've got the lens, you decide. That's the deck, frame, and welds. The skeleton the whole machine is built on. The stem and fold lock are the natural neck stop. The one big moving joint, and on a folding scooter, one of the single most important safety parts there is. Or if you'd rather see your real numbers, the range tool's right below.